It was supposed to be a normal evening filming of Jimmy Kimmel Live, just another star-filled night in Hollywood. The audience was excited. The lights were warm and golden, and Jimmy himself was doing great, cracking jokes with his usual funny charm. But no one, not even the experienced crew of the late-night show, could have guessed what was about to happen. Jennifer Lopez, pop star, actress, producer, and businesswoman, was the evening's main guest, talking about her latest movie and hinting at a new album coming soon. She arrived in a sparkling silver outfit that caught every camera flash and whispered, "Superstar," in the most glamorous way possible. But behind a bright smile and perfect appearance, something was wrong. Whispers had already started going around earlier in the day. Some backstage helpers said they heard Lopez on an angry phone call. Others noticed her unusually tense mood. She was polite, said a crew member who wanted to stay unnamed, but her energy was tense. You could feel it. As the filming began, things seemed smooth enough. Lopez walked onto the stage, to everyone standing up and clapping, waving to the crowd, hugging Kimmel, and taking her seat in a comfy guest chair. The first few minutes were normal talk show stuff. Chatting about her latest movie, a playful comment about getting older in Hollywood, even a sweet memory of her days as a dancer on In Living Color. But then, something changed. Kimmel, known for his sharp jokes and sarcastic humor, made a casual joke. Something about Lopez's recent string of public appearances with her old boyfriend, Ben Affleck. The crowd laughed, expecting the pop star to roll her eyes or say something witty back. Instead, her face got serious. "I don't think that's funny, Jimmy," she said, her voice sharp. Kimmel, caught off guard, laughed awkwardly. "I mean, come on, you guys are Hollywood's favorite love story." Lopez leaned forward in her seat, eyes narrow. "You think it's a joke? My personal life, the constant watching the rumors, the pressure. Do you have any idea what that does to someone?" The audience fell into an uncomfortable silence. The cameras kept rolling, but a strange tension filled the room. Kimmel tried to lighten the mood. "Hey, I'm just messing around," he said, lifting his hands in pretend surrender. "It's all love, JLO." But Lopez wasn't having it. She stood up, smoothing down her dress. "No, Jimmy, it's not all love. You sit here, night after night, turning people's lives into jokes. You don't get it. None of you do." Quiet murmurs in the audience grew louder. Kimmel, still trying to save the segment, pointed toward her seat. "Let's not do this. Sit down. Let's talk it through. You're a pro, Jen. That's when it happened. I am a pro," she snapped, eyes flashing, "which is why I won't stand here and let you turn my life into gossip magazine stuff on national television." And with that, she turned around and walked off stage, her heels clicking loudly on the studio floor. The audience gasped. Kimmel stared after her for a moment, too shocked to speak. "She's gone," he said quietly, then turned back to the audience with a half smile that didn't look real well, folks. That was Jennifer Lopez. The cameras cut to commercial, but the damage had already been done. Trouble and chaos news of the dramatic walk-off spread like wildfire within minutes. Social media sites exploded. JLO walks off began trending on X, formerly Twitter, while TikTok was flooded with hot takes, breakdowns, and amateur lip readers trying to figure out what had really been said during the commercial break. Some fans cheered Lopez for standing up for herself. Others said she overreacted. Jimmy was just doing his job. One viral comment read, "It's a late-night show, not a therapy session." Meanwhile, insiders from both sides began leaking different stories. A source close to Lopez said she had been emotionally drained from endless press duties and ongoing stress in her personal life. "She's not just a celebrity," the source said. "She's human, and she reached her limit." On the other hand, a member of Kimmel's writing team said that Lopez had been difficult from the moment she arrived at the studio. She didn't want to go over the talking points. She rejected the pre-interview notes. "Honestly, we knew something might go wrong, but not like that." ABC, the network behind Jimmy Kimmel Live, released a brief statement the next morning. "Last night's incident with Miss Jennifer Lopez was unexpected. We support both our host and all of our guests and try to create a respectful place for everyone. We wish Ms. Lopez the best. Neither Lopez nor Kimmel talked about the incident publicly for several days. Damage control. 3 days later, Jennifer Lopez broke her silence via Instagram Live, dressed casually in a hoodie with no makeup and seated in a softly lit room. She spoke directly to her fans. I know everyone's talking about what happened on Jimmy Kimmel. She began, and I want to set the record straight, not for the headlines, but for you, my supporters. She explained that she had been dealing with a mix of personal and work challenges, including the pressure of balancing her career, motherhood, and intense media watching. I'm not proud of how I handled it, she admitted, but I'm also not going to say sorry for standing up for myself. There's a line between humor and disrespect, and I felt that line was crossed. The live stream got millions of views and support from other celebrities soon followed. Selena Gomez commented with a heart emoji. Viola Davis posted, "Protect your peace, sis." Jimmy Kimmel, for his part, took a more traditional route, talking about the controversy during his opening jokes the following week. I just want to say, he began his tone more serious than usual, that what happened here last week wasn't great. For anybody, I've been doing this a long time, and sometimes I get it wrong. I never meant to make Jennifer feel uncomfortable, and I hope we can sit down again someday. What it means, the incident has brought back a bigger conversation about late night television, celebrity culture, and the boundaries between public entertainment and personal dignity. For decades, talk shows have succeeded on teasing, roasting, and probing, often at the expense of their guests. But in an era where mental health and personal boundaries are gaining long overdue attention, is that formula still okay? Critics have pointed out that the culture of these shows has been slow to change. There's this idea that once someone's famous, they're fair game, said Dr. Naya Maurice, a media psychologist, but fame doesn't erase humanity. Others argue that public figures should have thicker skin. It's comedy, said radio host Kyle Lambert. If you can't laugh at yourself, maybe you're in the wrong business, but perhaps the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Lopez's walk-off wasn't just a viral moment, it was a flashpoint, a real-time clash between entertainment norms and a changing cultural landscape. It revealed a side of Lopez the public rarely sees: vulnerable, unfiltered, and unwilling to be the joke. Aftermath. In the weeks that followed, Lopez took a brief step back from media appearances, reportedly turning down several interviews and focusing on her music. Kimmel, meanwhile, resumed his usual programming about industry. Insiders say the atmosphere behind the scenes has shifted. There's more sensitivity now. One producer revealed people are rethinking how they approach these segments. By the time Lopez came back this time for a sit-down with Oprah, she seemed calmer, more centered. I don't regret walking off, she told Oprah. Sometimes walking away is the only way to get your voice back. The audience clapped, not with gasps or laughter, but with a deep understanding. And somewhere in a Hollywood studio, a late-night host might have been listening.